Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Laurel Diesel Services, Calvin Rocket, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, Central State Bank.
Welcome into the home of the green and gold here at Hoover as the Bobcats take on the Huskies here tonight. Marshalltown sits at 7-10 after the win at Fort Dodge, while the Huskies sit at 2-13, fresh off a win against Des Moines East. Bobcat girls are up 40-28, 4:40 left to go in the fourth quarter, and let's go directly to a little bit of bonus coverage here on the Marshalltown girls. As you see, Kinsley Bowie's up to the line. The sophomore guard has 8 points tonight. First shot is up, and she now has 9 points. Bobcats have been up by as much as 18 here in the second half. Of some good things and some sloppy play. You know, a little bit of when you're playing ahead by double digits, sometimes you're not as crisp or clean as you need to be. And second one's missed, but up off the glass is Frankie Long. The 6'1 freshman has just been a monster on the glass. For those of you that were with us Friday night up in Fort Dodge, as we were talking, the first 14 minutes of that ball game was the best I have seen the Marshalltown Bobcats play, I really think, in now my fourth year of covering the team. Really a lot of nice things. And once Frankie Long went out of the game as she misses the free throw there, the offense and the defense kind of fell apart a little bit. They had been playing through her in the post, and it just shows how important that freshman is as she makes the free throw. That'll be her 10th point, but really want to lock in here. We'll stay on this break here is when you look at this Marshalltown team, you look at Millie Heitman right there. She's back there, number 20. She hit back-to-back threes in that third quarter. One thing we've seen since Christmas, and I think I want to talk to Coach about that in the postgame interview, but really Millie Heitman seems to be a much more willing shooter here since the Christmas break. She's got a nice stroke. She's 6 foot. One of the things looking at her, you can look at a lot of the different players about ceilings, who they can be. Millie Heitman, to me, is really interesting. She's an incredibly good wing defender, long arms, long legs, still moves well. She's really starting to catch up just with that growth, you know, just with just being able to move under control and everything. I think her ceiling, I think she's maybe at 15% of it. I think she can be a really, really good player. Up off the glass, that's Malia Davis, the sophomore. She's had a nice game. She has 8 points for the Huskies. Huskies right now led by Elena Jarrett. She has 13. She averages almost 11 points a game. The senior's got a really nice game. It's a good backcourt, but as you look at North's bench, North has 5 ladies in street clothes and only 1 person on the bench. So if you're good at math, they have 6 active players and 5 players on the bench. It's a really short-handed bunch. Long gets it up off the rim, no good, but gets it up back off the glass, no good. Heitman gets it up, and Heitman now has 8 points, all of those in the second half. Bobcats are now up 16 with just under 4 minutes to go. As you look, get out the shot by Jarrett's no good. Rebound, Bowie. Bowie does a pirouette and now brings it across the timeline. She gets it over to Heitman. Heitman looks at it, now gets it to Bowie at free throw line. And Namara Johnson's going to take steps. You almost like that. I know the freshman has not shot the ball incredibly well, but on that swing, either take it right away or shoot the three. Big shout out to Jeff Brooks, the producer back at the studio. He's already pouring in scores. Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't even gotten to the rundown, and Brooksy's already floating those scores our way. Three ball by Bowie, corner pocket, no good. Rebound, Heitman up and in. She's got 10. That puts two Bobcats in double figures. Frankie Long has 10, Heitman has 10. Bowie's knocking on the doorstep with 9. Amara Johnson has 6 points, and Ellie Hughes has 5. And that's going to be a block by Long. Looks like Amara Johnson caught one in the face. Bobcats no good. They're going to call a foul. See if Bowie can get to double digits. And that would be a trifecta of double digits for the Bobcat. Doesn't happen very often. Like to see them all sharing the ball. And for Bobcat fans watching, here's the cool thing. The three leading scorers here tonight, sophomore, freshman, sophomore. Back iron, no good. Bowie bobs her head a little bit. A little bit frustrated with herself. 2 dribbles, shots up. She's got 10. Bobcats up 19 after getting it down to 12. Bobcats have kind of tightened up the screws, and the size inside is definitely affecting them. Jarrett for 3, the rainbow 3 front iron, no good. Rebounds ripped down by Hoover, and it's going to be a foul on Bowie. Nice aggressive play by Eleanor Eckwall. The junior went with tenacity. 2:39 left to go in this one. That's going to be Bowie's 3rd foul. Jarrett, double dribble. She was going into a shot. Bobcats had come out and defended it well. Caused the double dribble there. Hoover's going to extend to press. It's going to be a zone. It's going to be a 1-2-1-1. Heitman throws a bad pass. Eckwall is able to knock it away, and it's going to stay with the Bobcats. Heitman was looking kind of in that little bit of going on autopilot, not actually recognizing the defense, just trying to get rid of the basketball. Bobcats really handled Fort Dodge's press incredibly well in the first half, turned it into points. Second half really struggled, specifically in that third quarter. Little jump shot off the rim by Davis, no good. Rebound's going to kick out Eckwall. Eckwall, there's a lot to like with the junior. She is all about floor burns, elbows, and bruises. She's had a nice couple-minute run there. There's a look here down there. It's going to be a timeout for it. And we'll run, you know what? We didn't get a lot of scoreboard updates on Friday night because we were flying solo. Hawks were on KFJB-TV, so let's give Central State Bank a little bit of a shout-out here. Brooksy a shout-out and get some scores rolling. So, regional scoreboard update brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Todd, where are they located? Ames, West Des Moines, and even State Center, all 3 of them. And here are the scores. Oh, my goodness. A Tama County takedown. Meskwaki Settlement 44, South Tama 42. Warriors are riding high on that one. That's a big win. East Marshall leads GMG 43-30 over GMG. Gladbrook Rhinebeck leads Union 52-23 with 2.5 minutes left to go. And West Marshall squeaks one out against Carlisle 67-62. Bobcats up 16. Heitman gets it up to Long. Back to Heitman at the Husky logo. Heitman picks up her dribble, cross court to Bowie, inside to Long. Great post up, little left-hander, no good. Oh, man, I think we've seen Frankie Long miss maybe a half a dozen of those in the next 2 weeks. I'm saying next year. That little left-handed hook shot over her right shoulder is going to be automatic, and it's going to be trouble. Oh, my gosh. Long gets her 4th foul. She was fouled up, and then when she came down, she hit Ruth Fanda, and that is the junior fell, and that's actually going to be the 5th foul. That's it for Frankie Long, who definitely disagrees with the call. She ends with 10 points, her 2nd game in a row in double-figure scoring. She's really starting to get it all together, and there's still things. She is just, and that's going to be a travel on Jarrett. She seems to be just scratching the surface. And again, they extend that 1-2-1-1. Hughes gets it to Heitman coming up the sideline. Bobcats break the press. Now she takes it off the drive. Gets shoved, no call, kicks it out to Amara Johnson. She's got Bowie at the top of the key, and she throws it right at her kneecaps. Bobcats lucky to get that ball back. Nice to see Georgia Jansen out there. She ill Friday night, couldn't play. But it looked like Sydney Capeyu late in that game was banged up, saw her afterwards, and she was doing the old achy straight leg walk. So I was wondering if she'd play here Monday night. She is in street clothes. They're just watching her walk around in warm-up. She looked a lot better, in a lot better shape than she did after the game Friday night. Bowie for three, short, no good, but Georgia Jansen right there puts it up left-handed, blocked by Fanda, and Georgia gets it back, hit in the face, and it's gonna be Bobcats. I believe that will be the 5th team foul. Georgia's gonna be up to the line. Georgia Jansen here tonight has 3 points. See if she can add to that total, as the Bobcats are up 47-31 with 58.4 seconds to go. Shots up, and it's going to be short for Jansen. Jansen, the left-hander, gives a lot of energy, size, speed off that bench. She does a lot of nice things, and it looks like we're going to get Tanya Mora as Amara Johnson picks it off. Drops it off to Heitman, gets it to Jansen. Back to Heitman for three. Oh, too strong, but Amara Johnson gets the rebound down. 43 seconds left to go. Jansen gets it, takes it baseline, shoots up the little lefty, no good. Ekwalls gets it, but knocked away by Jansen. Here come the Bobcats. Hughes gets it. Man alive, Ekwall. My goodness, there is hustle for days in her. I think any coach in America would take 5 Jenna Ekwalls. That's all, Eleanor Ekwalls. She's shooting less than 14% on the year, averaging less than a point, but she averages over 5 rebounds. Heitman and Bowie are going to go to the bench, and Mora and Tejada. Mora inbounds, look underneath. Gets it into Hughes, knocked away by Fanda. You'll see this in both games, especially in that Hoover guys game tonight. Chase Henderson, their point guard, who put the Huskies on the back of the Bobcats. Ella Hughes goes up, fouled. She'll take 2 shots at the line. But looking at Chase Henderson last year down at the Roundhouse, he lived at the line. I think he had almost 20 free throws. And he was the difference as they escaped Marshalltown with a win. He's gone to the University of Montana. And then you look at this Huskies team. They start 1 senior, but the majority of players, there's 2 sophomores and a freshman on that starting 5, along with 1 junior and 1 senior. Hughes gets the first one up and in. It is now 48-31. The junior has 5 points. Bobcats really done a nice job of just spreading around the scoring as Hughes makes both of them. It's going to be 49-31, just over 22 seconds. Davis brings it up. Passes off to Jarrett. Jarrett, a little 23-footer, no good. Amara Johnson gets it. And she's going to go straight to the rack, put it up and in, and she's got 8. Bobcats cross that 50 mark. It's 51-31. And that will do it. Bobcats win. Oh, they count it. There is a big, Jarrett knocked in a big 3. Can we run that back? Do we have that? I should have known. We've been calling these long shots, never at the end of a quarter. Look at Jarrett, just past the half court, knocks it down. Man alive, you go all year with no half quarters. In the last about 72 hours, we've had a 3/4 court and a half court. But the Bobcats win 51-34 over Des Moines Hoover. Bobcats go to 6-13. They knock off that 7-game losing streak. Look strong. Had some moments where they're a little bit up and down, but overall a really good team effort by the Bobcats with 3 players in double figures. Now as we flip the script, as you see Coach Murphy walking off the court, and now you see the Bobcats getting ready to come on. Here's a big game. a big game. And when we come back, we'll talk about the 7-10 Bobcats against the 2-13 Hoover Huskies. You're watching Bobcat basketball here on KFJB-TV.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. You will also absolutely love their daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social on South 6th Street in Marshalltown.
And we're back at Hoover High School. Bobcats looking to make it 2 in a row. Hoover Huskies looking to make it 2 in a row. Who's going to come out on top? Love the energy the Bobcats came out with Friday night. Never in doubt, up by 37 in that fourth quarter, while Hoover, this young team, seemed to put it together behind 25 points. A war against fellow Des Moines school, Des Moines East, beat them by over 25. But let's take a moment to look around the conference. Here on Monday night, a little bit of a light bill again. This is our second week in a row with 3 games, and we all remember the negative 30, 40 degrees, all the cancellations. Now we're about 80 degrees warmer, and all the games that were canceled are now rescheduled. So this was a game that was rescheduled, so pretty light around the state. But looking at conference matchups in the Iowa Alliance South, which Hoover belongs to, Grandview Christian is home against, actually Des Moines North. They're playing at Faith Baptist College in Ankeny. And then Ottumwa plays host to Mount Pleasant. Little known fact, the first 2 years after my wife and I got married, we lived in Mount Pleasant, and my eldest son was born when we lived in Mount Pleasant. Again, I'm going to be giving you factoids throughout the night. Just wait for the presidential knowledge I will bestow on you in just a few minutes. Gladbrook Rhinebeck hosts Union Community, and then number 9 Grundy Center hosts Wapsie Valley. When we come back, we will look at the keys to the game. And you are watching the countdown to tip-off here on KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
Welcome back in. There you see Corey Smith. He knows where that camera is. But now it's time for the keys to the game. Let's start with the Bobcats. Big win Friday night, and some of it's about Jacob Hayes, the sophomore, started. He had a career-high 8 points. Rogelio Sarin, again, will not be with us here tonight, but I think you got to roll with the role players. We know that core 4 is going to be good, but it comes down to Lamar Johnson. Galil Jor had 5 points, a career high. Jacob Hayes had a career high. I really believe that's a big piece to this. And then it's all about World War II. Now, for those presidential historians, we know Herbert Hoover is the only Iowa-born president, and this is Hoover High School. Well, most people only think of Herbert Hoover and they think of the Great Depression. Well, that's to minimize a great man who did great things. Actually, in David McCullough's book on Truman, the reality is the expertise and ingenious of Herbert Hoover and supply chains of feeding Europe post-World War II conservatively saved 2 to 3 million Europeans. So beyond that, it's World War II. No, Todd didn't misspell it. Who we need to focus on is War, W-O-R, W-O-R. Had 25 points against Des Moines East, 12 points a game, 7 rebounds over the year. Bobcats have to lock him down if they're going to win. When we come back, we're going to talk to Coach Apple. We'll have starting lineups. We'll have festivities and fun here on the Countdown to Tip-Off on KFJB.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Picture yourself at Marshalltown Community College. Become a Tiger for life. Visit ncc.iavalley.edu. Locations in both Marshalltown and Grinnell.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Scouts in Marshalltown go on fun adventures. Scouts learn about the outdoors. Scouts learn character building. Scouts learn citizenship. Scouts learn life skills. Scouts learn to be leaders. Scouts go to fun summer camps, and Scouts get a head start in life. Marshalltown has produced over 200 Eagle Scouts in our over 70-year history and have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community. To learn more about joining Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure on!
And welcome back into the Countdown to Tip-Off. We're here with the Exterior Plus Home Remodeling, building better relationships, one customer at a time. In the pregame interview here with Coach Apple, Coach, Friday night must have just been a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it was. You know, our guys came ready to play, and we had a very good game. Our ability to score it and get stops on defense was really good and really consistent throughout the whole game.
And, you know, the normal suspects, Carter Giannetto was really solid. Trey Brooks was solid. Corey and Kyle Smith were really good. But I thought Friday night, talk a little bit about the role players. They really filled in. You had some good scoring from Jacob Hayes, the sophomore started, but there was a lot of bench time to be had and a lot of production.
Yeah, you know, the guys that stepped in did a great job. I mean, they didn't really skip a beat once they got going. It was good to see Jacob knock down some shots and, you know, just the ability to understand what we're trying to do, you know, and be ready was great to see.
And we're standing about 5-6 feet to the right of a board here at Hoover that has all the colleges that the athletes have gone to. And one person's up there from 2023, Chase Henderson, went to the University of Montana and single-handedly put the Huskies on his back to beat Marshalltown last year. He's gone. War, and others are back. They're all very young. They haven't had a lot of success, but are coming off a win against East. What do you see on the tape with this Huskies team?
Well, with they're playing a lot of young guys, and as the season's gone on, that you can tell they've just played so much better. Their ability to move the ball and understand, what guys they want to score, and their ability to drive, and they've gotten much better defensively. So this is a much improved team. They've continued to get better as they've played. So our guys need to understand we need to be ready to play and get after them early.
And one of the things before the win at Fort Dodge is easy to look past people in the record, but you both, with Mason City and Jefferson, both teams that had not won a lot this year, do you think those losses actually are helping your team to be locked in here tonight?
Yeah, I hope so. That's something you hopefully learn from, just understanding that you have to bring it every night and be prepared to play a game, no matter who it is. And this is no different here. These guys can play some ball, so we need to be ready and be locked in defensively to make sure we get stops.
And with Saren being out tonight, are you going to go with the same 5 that you went with the other night? Yeah,
same 5, and we'll look from Lamar and hopefully some others if we need them to be ready to go. And
then you look at tonight again. It's one of those 3-day games. It can be really easy, I think, if you're looking at from a player perspective to look ahead. Oh my goodness, we have Ames tomorrow. This would be the proverbial trap game. How have you and the coaching staff and the leaders on the team made sure that they're focused on tonight?
Well, we practiced yesterday, and they did a really nice job of coming in focused and being locked into practice, and we had a good short practice and kind of did what we needed to do to prepare ourselves for a game today against Hoover, and that's just the mindset we have to have, is we need to focus one game at a time and take care of what we need to.
And the chatter around my house all weekend, actually my sister's house all weekend, was the 3/4 court shot by Carter Giannetto. My question is, what is the furthest shot you've ever hit?
Definitely not 3/4. That's I think maybe just inside half court, maybe one time at the end of the buzzer, or at the end of the quarter. But yeah, I've never hit one that long.
So Carter seemed to have a little bit of jump in his step. He doesn't seem to be a really ego-driven kid, but did he let people know in the locker room how far it was?
No, I don't think so. Knowing Carter, we talked about it a little bit today, and he just said, "Yeah, I knew I was going to make that before I shot it." So I don't know why he thought that, but yeah, he just thought he could hit it, and he did. So it was really cool.
The quiet confidence is always the assassin, right? Well, good luck tonight, Coach. And this has been Coach Michael Apple with the Exterior Plus Home Remodeling pregame interview. When we come back, we will have the Sandvik starting lineups.
My name's Lake Schultz. I'm the co-owner of Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. At Exterior Plus, we truly strive to build relationships one customer at a time. And that's why we're the Midwest's #1 choice in full home remodels. Located in Marshalltown, Iowa, as well as Lincoln, Nebraska, we pride ourselves in providing quality service on time, every time. Give us a call for a free inspection and estimate at 844-261-6111. That's 844-261-6111. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
With over 10,000 cars at our disposal, Jensen Ford...
Hold on. That's not really how we do things at Jensen Ford.
How about, it's never been a better time to buy a brand new...
Yeah, we don't really do that either. When you're ready to buy a car, we'll be ready to help.
Try this. We'll get you in and out faster than a speeding...
We don't do that either. At Jensen Ford, we'll take as much time as you need to find the right vehicle. We're not just moving cars, but we're building relationships.
Oh, maybe more of a... This is where your family buys their vehicles.
There you go. More like that.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Pence Appliance and TV. For sales and service of everything appliance, come see the Pence team. Wayward Social. The place for bowling, games, food, and more. Wells Fargo Advisors. Marshalltown. Sports Plus. Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
Welcome back into Hoover High School as we go to the starting lineups. Let Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. We'll start with the Huskies of Hoover, 2-13, as they sit 2-6 in the conference. When you look at the start, it all goes with number 3, Chaz Bates. Chaz Bates, the senior 6-foot guard, is averaging just under 2 points and 2 rebounds a game. Number 10, Justice Parkey is a 6'2" junior guard. He averages just over 6 points a game and almost 5 rebounds and 2 steals a game. He ended up having 8 points the other night in the victory over East. And then the sophomore forward, Boy Gomo, he had 19 the other night, but he averages 8 points a game along with 3 rebounds. War, he was in our keys to the game, and he had 25 on 9 of 13 shooting, including 2 from three-point land. He on the year averages 12 points a game and 4 rebounds. He sits at 6'4". He's a really lanky player. And then the freshman in the middle, Isaac Fanda. Fanda just over 2 points a game and about 2 rebounds, but the 6'3" freshman is just growing into his role. When you flip it over to the Bobcats are going to go the same way they did the other night. Is Carter Giannetto at just about 8 points a game. The senior guard has been a stalwart defensively, and maybe that three-quarter court shot will get him going from the three-point land, as he's struggled here this year, shooting at 16%. But really his game is on that defensive end. Then number 3, Trey Brooks. Trey Brooks had an up and down last week, a bad Monday, but a great Tuesday and a really good Friday. He averages 12 points on the year along with 4 assists and 4 rebounds. Number 10, Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith kind of got out of his shooting a little bit, 13.5 points on the year, shooting 36% from three-point land, but he also has 6.5 rebounds to go along with 1.6 steals. Corey Smith was dynamite Friday night. He had 22, shoots almost 58% from the field, 35% from 3, and then 71% from the free throw line. And he's just doing everything really well right now, and he's scoring about 10 points a game. And then you get the sophomore, Jacob Hayes. Jacob Hayes averaging 2.5 points a game, but just coming off his career high 8 points. When we come back, we will have the tip-off and ready to get a Bobcat dub down in Des Moines. You're watching Bobcat basketball here on KFJB.
How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sauteed onions and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social. Will take the 3. Boy, that's a pure bucket right there.
Welcome back in. As we get ready, Corey Smith, the senior, is going to jump against the freshman, Isaac Fanda, and the jump goes to the senior. Giannetto flips it over to Trey Brooks. Bobcats in the blue with the red stripes on the side. And then you have the green and gold accented white jerseys for the Huskies. Huskies in a 2-3 zone, and it's a steal as Boy Gomo just rips it away from Corey Smith. Carter Giannetto, Bobcats are going to be man-to-man, and it goes off the hand of War there. Chaz Bates, the senior, had led him, and it just went off the fingertips of War. Bobcats going right to left on the radio dial as Trey Brooks crosses in across the timeline. Left-handed dribble, drops it off Corey Smith. That weave action topside. Oh, a great back cut. Had him, but no dice. Kyle Smith, 3-ball, corner pocket, knocks it in just the way they started Friday night. Kyle Smith gets a great look. And it's such an incredible piece, and it's a real astute to the offense and just the guard play is that a guy who can shoot it so well continually has open three balls. War gets her free throw line. Little rhythm dribble, no good. Rebound, Hayes. Hands off to Brooks. See if the Bobcats run. No, they're going to just kind of high dribble behind the back. Set up into the offense. They get Hayes as he gets the back cut to Brooks. Brooks off the glass and good. It's two buckets, 5 points. Bobcats they had the scalpel-like offense Friday night as they were just efficient on the offensive end, and that's true here tonight. Handoff over to Gomo. Gomo gets in the lane and carries it. Huskies are very young. Fanda's has some size to him. There's a lot of length, not a lot of width so far for the Bobcat. Or for Hoover, they're just a young team growing into their bodies. As you see, Brooks peeks over his shoulder back to Apple. Left-handed dribble, drops it off to Giannetto. Now gets it on the block, and he's going to be fouled. It's that great action. We've talked a lot about it, but it's a weave action. Almost kind of lulls you into sleep, and off the back of that, they will back cut it. They will get a pick out, and they'll just back cut to the lane, or they'll look for a post up on the block. First one is up and good. Trey has 3 points, and then you look at Trey on the year. Trey is shooting 62% from the free throw line. Second one is up, and it sneaks just over it. Bobcats up 7-0, early touchdown lead. Love the energy coming out. Little movement gets War. Little bit of struggle with it. Corey Smith is on him. Oh, he got Corey to go up for the block, and War is able to keep his feet and put it in for 2. Again, Brooks gets across the timeline, guarded by Park. He gets to the corner. Giannetto gets on the block to Corey Smith, who dribbles it back out. Kyle Smith lines up the 3. Bucket. It is now 10-2 Bobcats. Kyle Smith, 2 good looks. Kyle Smith, 2 3-pointers. As Parkey has it over in the corner. Actually, Bates has it in the lane. Kind of little. Oh, it looked like it might have went off his thighs, but it's going to be off of the Bobcats there. Nice little curl by Bates into the lane. It kind of opened up for him. We're going to see Demarion Yin in for Justice Parkey. Yin, number 22. He looks inside, gets it to War, guarded by Smith. Gets him extended block. Is able to get him up, no good, and Jacob Hayes is going to knock it. He and Corey Smith both went for it, knocked it out of bounds. War does a nice job of going up with balance, that pump fake, not afraid of the pump fake. And now we have Trayshawn Phillips. Phillips averaging 3 points on the year. He's a load inside. Bobcats struggle with Ty Adam and his size and athleticism Friday night. And it looks to see what Phillips can do with the smaller sophomore Jacob Hayes. Carter is going to get they're going to call a travel again. And the travel's going to go on Gomo, his second. Actually, he has 1 palming violation and 1 travel. Good defense by Giannetto. Brooks sprints across the timeline, gets it to Hayes. Hayes gets top of the key to Corey Smith, swinging it over to Giannetto. Now a curl screen. Trey Brooks back to Kyle Smith for a wide open 3, front iron, no good. Rebound, Giannetto drops it back to Brooks. Now Giannetto drive, baseline, up off the glass, no good. Rebound, War. Here comes the Huskies. Bobcats are back in defense, so Corey Smith picks him up. Oh, and it's going to be Carter Giannetto is going to be caught trying to reach in as War came back on the spin move. It's going to be inbound underneath with Yin being the inbounder. Bobcats going to stay in a man-to-man. War gets it. Nice balance. Bucket and the foul. Corey's good. He's had quite a few blocks this year, but War is using that aggressiveness against him, and his balance and his poise has really been a nice asset to the Huskies tonight as they've struggled to score. War has both buckets. It's 10-4 Bobcats, 4:27 left to go here in this first quarter. Free throw is up and good. I didn't lie to you about two things earlier. Herbert Hoover and War's ability. He has 5 early points for the Huskies. Smith looks at the three. Now he's on the drive, and he's going to be fouled by War. War with a hand check. I really like to see that Kyle's mixing up some things, not just a three-point shooter. Take it on the bounce. Even if it doesn't result in a shot, at least make the defender wonder what he's going to do. Hayes drops into the lane. Now he kicks it back out to Giannetto. Top of the key, Brooks over, back to Kyle. Doing a little yo-yo action. Now gets it to Corey Smith, gets in the lane. Now no look pass to Kyle Smith for three. Front iron no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Bates, and here comes Gomo into the lane. Looks, almost thought he switched pivot foot, but no, he didn't. Back to Gomo. Gomo to War. Now a dribble drive, reverses back. Corey's there to meet him, but it doesn't matter. War now has 7 points. He's 6'4", has incredibly long arms. He's got 3 inches on Corey Smith. Giannetto looks at it, now gets short corner to Corey Smith. Corey takes a gander at Hayes, but now it's back to the big old H in the middle of the court with Trey Brooks. Number 3, left-handed dribble, picked up by Yin. Now it's to Giannetto, gets it in the corner to Smith. Rhythm dribble, gets the 3, his 3rd of the first quarter. Bobcats up 13-7, 5 minutes into this. Kyle Smith has 9 points. Gomo, bounce pass into Phillips. Phillips, he is a grown man, folks. That is a grown man who got that bucket. Not much Hayes can do playing behind him on that one. See if he may front in the future. Brooks, top of the key, gets to the far side. Now Giannetto. They're running Kyle baseline to baseline as Corey Smith, little drop step. He's not going to hit anything. Rebound Bates. And here comes Gomo. He takes baseline. Little shoulder into Giannetto. No call. Rebound Corey Smith. Gets a wide open Kyle. Oh, no good. If I'm over there on the Hoover bench, that's a tough one to see. You see somebody who hits tons of threes. Corey Smith, are we going to see him go lay it down? He's going to be blocked. Oh, my goodness. Corey went to jump off at 2 feet for the dunk, and War met him at the rim, but got a little bit of flesh on the way up there, and it's going to be 2 free throws for Corey Smith. See if he can get into the scoring column. As we said early on, he is shooting 71% from the line. And that one's going to be short. It's 13-9. As you see that there, Corey was trying to get one down. He tried to tomahawk one the other night. He tried to do a putback two-hander, both against Ottumwa. Neither of them went. He just wants to get one down. Second one is up, and it's good. Bobcats up 14-9, up a nickel here with 2 minutes left to go. Gomo gets it over to Yin. Yin gets it into the newly brought in Keon Parkey. Oh, it's ripped away by Corey Smith. Bounce pass to Trey Brooks, up off the glass and good. Absolutely great pass by Corey Smith, his 2nd assist on the night. Corey really can do a little bit of everything. Nice job by Hayes. And now kicks it out to Bates, no good. Rebound, Kyle Smith. Here come the Bobcats as Trey Brooks gets it from Giannetto. Giannetto wide open, Kyle Smith. My goodness. There is a rule in transition defense that Hoover is going to talk about. Pick up the shooter. Timeout, we'll take them with it. 19-9 Bobcats.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
My name's Carter Giannetto, and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Welcome back in. Bobcats up a 10 spot, and I will tell you that they were talking a whole lot in that Hoover huddle about number 10. Number 10, Kyle Smith, has 4 3-pointers. Wes Burrell, first-year head coach of the Huskies, is like, you have got to pick up the best three-point shooter in 4A in transition. He has had a ton of open looks. Yin shoots it up off the rim, no good. Rebound, Kyle Smith. Bobcats look to add to the lead. They're up by 10 early in this one. Again, Bobcats trying to get their 8th win on the year, second in a row. Kyle Smith said, tried that 5 spot in the first quarter. It's 19-9. Gomo brings it across. He's guarded by Smith. Drops it off to Bates. Bates now looks into Phillip. Nice job by Hayes. Phillip's able to get it, though, get his own rebound back, and that is the bad side of fronting, as they've kind of moved to with the big, is if you miss, he's all alone on that other side. Phillips has 4. If it's War or Phillips have done all the scoring for the Huskies. Trey Brooks drops it off to Kyle Smith. There's 18 seconds, no shot clock. Kyle Smith gets a pick from Hayes out to Giannetto. Brooks far corner. Brooks looking inside. Now he gets into the lane. Little floater, little Trae Young floater. No bucket, but will be bumped. And I believe the foul will be on Yin with 5.6 seconds left to go. It's Trayshawn Phillips, actually. That'll be his first foul, 4th team foul. But Trey Brooks, again, will go to the line. Trey's 2 for 2 on the night. And he is 62% free throw shooter on the year. And got the front of the rim, got the back of the rim, got the side of the rim, a little bit of glass. All that equals 1 made free throw. Trey's got 7. Looking for 8 first quarter points here, number 3. Shoots it up, front iron no good, rebound Phillips, and Gomo has it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And the shot from Parkey's up, back iron, no good, and that'll do it. 20-11 Bobcats after 1. You're watching Bobcat basketball here on KFJB-TV.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
This is Galil Joy. You're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-TV.
You see Jor there the other night. Jor let it soar for 5 of them. 5 points. Well, let's take a moment to do the regional scoreboard update brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and West Des Moines. Well, we've got some scores rolling in. We had the Marshall County trifecta in girls basketball. West Marshall, win. East Marshall, win. Your Marshalltown Bobcats with a big win, 51-34. In other action, South Tama girls lost to Meskwaki Settlement, but South Tama guys are taking it out on Meskwaki, 39-2 at half. It'll be Hoover basketball as Yin passes it into Gomo. They're going left to right. Dribble drive. He's got Corey Smith. Corey Smith falls, but able to knock it away. It's Corey and Carter. Carter pulls it out. Kyle gets it. Great job by Yin picking up Smith in transition. Now Trey barks out the signals, and they're in a man-to-man now, no longer in zone. Couldn't recognize shooters out of the zone. That would be my guess is why Burrell went to that man-to-man. Parkey passes top of the key to Parkey. Double Parkey action there, as it is Keon is number 1, and Justice is number 10. They get Gomo into the post. Phillips is right there, guarded by Lamar Johnson, his first entrance in. And, folks, Phillips he's a man. That's the best I can tell you. He's 6'3". He's got to rival 280. He's maybe 290. He's a big dude. Go, gets it, looks at the 3, now gets into the lane. Nice little hesitation dribble, gets past Smith for 2. Nice job by Gomo there to get 2 to start off this second quarter. Bobcats led by Kyle Smith's 12 points. Trey Brooks has 7, as War has 7. Great pass down to Lamar. Lamar wasn't ready for it, but got ready for it and got 2. Great job by Lamar to get 2. Bobcats up 22-13. Gomo gets top of the key, Justice Parkey, now to Keon Parkey. Keon gets it up to Yin. Yin, hand it off over to Gomo. Gomo gets free throw line, drops it down to Phillips. Phillips gets it up off the glass, no good, but the foul will be on Johnson. Here you see, nice little baseline pass by Corey Smith. Lamar, little head movement, pump fake a couple times for 2. Corey's been really good off the pass with his 3rd assist of the night. Phillips rhythm dribble, knocks it in and good. When you look at Phillips' average on the year, he averages 3 points and 3 rebounds. He shoots it for 36% from the free throw line, but he's got 5 so far, and he looked really good on that first free throw. Second one is up and good. Nothing like a 36% free throw shooter going up and knocking them down, calm, cool, and collected. He's got a half dozen. It's 22-15. Brooks drops it off for Giannetto. Now the pin down pick by Kyle Smith opened up Trey Brooks. It's a great play. It's that little weave action top side, and then you just hook around and you get that baseline pick from the opposite guard, and there it is. Trey found himself wide open on the block. Nice little take by Gomo. Left-handed finish is up and good. He's now got 4 points in 2 buckets here in the second quarter. It's 24-17. Giannetto gets that little 12-foot jumper, no good. Hayes knocks it away, but Gomo is able to get the rebound. 5:45 left to go, 24-17. Bobcats up a touchdown. Gomo looking down, they're a 1-4 offense. He just goes right into an 18-foot jump shot, but Carter does a nice job of staying right with him. Trey Brooks just goes straight coast to coast, blocked late by Gomo, and it's going to stay with the Bobcats. One thing, the Huskies are playing a little bit with fire as Fanda comes back in for Phillips. Phillips was awesome with a half a dozen points. They have not done a good job of picking people up in transition. There you see it. Nice block at the end by Gomo, but nobody wanted to stop the freight train known as Trey Brooks. Giannetto top of the key, kicks it to Corey Smith. Looks at the corner, but now top of the key to Trey Brooks. Brooks in between legs. They're back to that zone defense. 1-2-2. Corey Smith dribbles, looks at it, now swings it to Giannetto. Got to look free throw line, get into the lane somewhere. 12-foot pull-up. Rims out, no good. Rebound Fanda. Here comes Gomo and the Hoover Huskies. We have not seen War in a little bit, but Gomo gets straight to the lane. Reverse layup, no good. Back iron, no good, and it's going to be off of Corey Smith. Stay the Bobcats in this zone, and it's happened numerous times throughout the year. You need to either drive it to get into the lane, get it to the short corner through a pass, or get to the free throw line, just pass it in there, because that's where that zone will break down. Gomo now has 7 in the second quarter. He and War both have 7, and Phillips has 6. All that adds up to 20 points. Huskies getting back in it. They were down 19-9, now on an 11-5 run. Corey Smith, guarded by Bates, gets it over to Kyle Smith. Another wide open 3. Another wide open 3. Kyle Smith with his 5th 3 on the night. Keon Parkey gets in the lane. He's going to be fouled, and it'll be 2 shots. No bucket. Carter Giannetto with it. There you see just a great double pick. Carter Giannetto with a great pick freeing Kyle Smith. And if you're a defender on that, you have to be much more on his hip. You cannot allow that kind of space. Gives you no opportunity to fight through the pick as Parkey makes the first free throw. Parkey on the year is shooting 71% from the free throw line. He's got his first point of the night. He's averaging 4 points a game on the year. Second one's no good. Rebound to Fanda. He kicks it back out to Justice Parkey. Hands it off to Keon Parkey. Swings it to Gomo. Gomo looks inside to Fanda. Knocked away by Corey Smith. Trey Brooks gets it. He's closely guarded by Keon Parkey. And they're going to call a foul on Parkey. Parkey was kind of riding him. He got out the switch. He put on the saddle. And Trey Brooks bucked him off after about 5 seconds. It'll be a foul on Keon Parkey, his first. Bobcats are rolling with Kyle and Corey Smith, Trey Brooks, Carter Giannetto, and Jacob Hayes. It's Fanda, Bates, Gomo, Yin, and Justice Parkey. Trey Brooks has it now. Oh my gosh. Wide open, misses it. I'm telling you, if Kyle was hitting him, he'd have 24. He has had at least 9 wide open looks from 3. Pull your hair out at this moment. I will say Coach Burrell's pretty calm, cool, and collected. Trey Brooks, top of the key, guarded by Justice Parkey. They've gone back to that man-to-man after playing around with the zone for a hot minute. Giannetto gets it back to Brooks. Now you see a little nice job by Yin getting up in Kyle Smith's breathing space so he can't hit that 3. Corey Smith guarded by Bates. Now Carter Giannetto takes Gomo baseline, picks up his dribble. Now Corey Smith comes to his aid. It's now 1 second. Trey Brooks with a 3 off the iron, no good. And a great hustle play by Hayes and gives the Bobcats another 35-second shot clock. Great job by the sophomore. Carter Giannetto, wide open 3, front iron no good. Corey Smith can't get it. Here comes Justice Parkey behind the back across the timeline. Looks top of the key to Gomo. Gomo out by the H, guarded by Corey Smith. Gomo has 7 on the night. It's been really good here in the second quarter as War has not seen the court. Justice Parkey short with the three-pointer. Hayes battling Fanda down there, and it's going to be a rebound by Smith, and here comes the Bobcats. Gets it to Trey Brooks right through the lane behind the back dribble. Oh, my gosh. Great job by Brooks to get in the lane, and Gomo, man alive, those are erector set arms. He has got a huge wingspan and almost got that block. Here you go. See that hesitation? Oh, he had Bates leaning, and Gomo about almost got that block. But man alive, if Trey would have made that layup, I don't know if Bates would ever live that one down. 3 for 4 from the line. Now 4 of 5 from the line for Brooks. Brooks now has 10 points on the night. He had 33 on Tuesday night against Ottumwa, including a 3 that sent it into second overtime where the Bobcats would lose a heartbreaker, 69-68, but here he's got another one. Trey with a really solid first half. He's got 11. Kyle Smith has 15. And Bobcats up 29-21. Phillips gets inside, gets it back out to Bates. Bates gets it inside, but no, that front, we talked about that as Hayes gets it up. Oh, he got lucky, gives it to Brooks. Brooks with a layup, and it's good. They've gone to fronting the post, or at least getting up on the side to be able to knock that away. Very early with Phillips, you could tell you couldn't play behind him. You can't play him straight up, too big, too strong. Bates handoff to Keon Parkey. Parkey gets it to Yin, top of the key, guarded by Kyle Smith. He picks up his dribble, hands it off to Bates, and they switch that front side. They're switching everything on the picks right now. Giannetto guarding Keon Parkey as Parkey travels. Here you see the rebound. Whirling dervish Trey Brooks finished strong off the glass. He has got 13 points. He's already over his season average of 12. Kyle Smith already over his season average of 13.5, and we still have a minute and a half left to go in the first half. Giannetto looks for the back cut. Now he's got the much smaller Parkey in the post, but gets it out to Corey Smith. They're in that zone again, 2-3 zone. Gets it inside to Corey Smith. Corey loses the dribble. Justice Parkey gets it. Goes for the layup, and it's good. It's going to be the bump and the bucket. Corey went for the block. Parkey was able to get up off the ground. He's got long arms, good leaper, able to easily finish off the glass. Here you see number in his steps. Corey went after it, couldn't get it. And Justice got the bucket, looking for the three-pointer the old-fashioned way. As you look at Justice Parkey on the year, shooting 74%. Both of the Parkeys shooting over 70%. And he's going to make the three-point play official. He's got 3 points on the night. Trey Brooks gets it across timeline. Gets over to Kyle Smith, closely guarded by Yin. Smith at the top of the key, over to Brooks. Corey Smith with a great cut. Nice find as Corey Smith has his 3rd point of the night. Great look by Trey on that one. Yin gets it over. Justice Parkey over to Keon Parkey. Now to Yin, looking at Phillips in the post, and Jacob Hayes just rips it away. You have to have a much better entry pass or angle to be able to get it in there. Jacob Hayes done a really nice job after giving up a couple quick buckets to Phillips. 20 seconds left to go. Trey's yo-yoing the basketball, guarded by Gomo. Now it's to Hayes in the corner, back to Brooks. 13 seconds to go. Gets the pick from Corey. Now Justice Parkey goes to meet him, can't get him. Trey up off the glass, good, gets a second one, and he's going to be fouled by Phillips. That's all about that quick second jump leap ability. Trey was off the ground as quick as he was on it, and he is going to look to get point number 14 of 15. That's Phillips' second foul, and we're going to see Lamar Johnson and Jor let it soar for the last 5.7 seconds left of this first half. First one is short. And Carter Giannetto and Corey Smith are both going to come out. So it's Jor, Kyle Smith, Lamar Johnson, Jacob Hayes, and Trey Brooks. And the second one will hit the front iron glass and go in. Dribble, Gomo gets it, guarded by Kyle Smith. Behind the back dribble, step back three, back iron, no good. And that'll do it for the first half. Bobcats remain up 10, 34-24. We'll be back with the halftime stats and look for adjustments and even talk to Coach Brian Murphy of the victorious Bobcats girls basketball team. You're watching Bobcat basketball here on KFJB-TV.
My furnace from 1990 is kind of like my husband. Doesn't perform very well, but I'd rather fix it than replace it.
Like you, Honest Heating and Cooling would rather repair your furnace or AC. We take the time to diagnose the issue and do everything possible to restore it before recommending a new one. Repair, restore. That's Honest. Serving Marshalltown and around. Honest Heating and Cooling. Your Amana dealer. America's brand for comfort. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Picture yourself at Marshalltown Community College. Become a Tiger for life. Visit mcc.iavalley.edu. Locations in both Marshalltown and Grinnell.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Penn's team.
KFJB-TV presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
Welcome back in. Bobcats up by 10 points, 34-24, led by 15 points on 5 3-pointers by Kyle Smith. Trey Brooks had 14. Really great job by that backcourt there. Now Hoover up and down. Bobcats had him on a rope a little bit, got back into it, and then Bobcats were able to extend at the end of that second quarter. But they are led by War had 7 first-quarter points. And not to be outdone, Boy Gomo came in with 7 second-quarter points. Together they have 14, and then Phillips off the bench had a half dozen. But really, this game has come down to transition defense and the Bobcats getting whatever they want, especially when it comes to that wide-open 3-ball. When we come back, we will have the Laurel Diesel Services postgame interview with Bobcat girls headman Coach Brian Murphy.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Boy Scouts of America, adventure on. Edward Jones, Zach Wall, your financial advisor in Marshalltown. Embers Retirement Community, independent living for active seniors. Honest Heating and Cooling, let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7.
Welcome back in. We're at the home of the Huskies here in Des Moines. Bobcat boys 34, Hoover 24 at the half. But the score that we want to talk about here in the Laurel Diesel Services post-game coaches interview is 51-34. Bobcats get their 6th win on the year. 3 girls in double figures. You have Frankie Long along with Kinsley Bowie. But really what I want to talk about is Millie Heitman. Now, we've had her on the show. We've, of course, had her mom, the assistant coach, Megan Heitman, on. And she goes, we've been pushing for her to shoot more. We just talked about it. It was like we've been on her all year. She knocked down a couple threes in that third quarter, had 10 points in that second half. What can you talk about? Because I look at Millie, 6 foot, just really starting to grow into her arms and legs. What do you perceive her ceiling to be?
Well, I mean, she's always kind of viewed herself as a facilitator. I mean, you can almost see when she catches it, she always catches looking for the next pass, which is a great mentality to have. But, you know, we've been kind of begging her all year, you know, we need offense. And so, you know, she definitely stepped into that role tonight of kind of trying to step into it. And that really is the next step for her. And we've been telling this to her all year where, I mean, things open up to pass once you're a threat to shoot. And so, yeah, we're really glad she let some fly, knocked 2 down in a row. And honestly, that was huge for us to get us going a little bit in the second half because we just started a little slow in the first half, I thought. Yeah,
and looking at that third quarter, you had it up to, I think it was 36-18 at one point. And then it kind of seemed, you know, you're up by almost 20 sometimes. Your focus can wane a little bit. And it looked like that a little bit in the third quarter, that the focus had waned a little bit. Millie Heitman had some really good opportunities to get the scoring going again. But then Frankie Long, freshman, now her back-to-back double-digit scoring. What can you say about her ability on the glass here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Frankie just continues to grow, which is exactly what you'd expect in one out of a freshman, especially playing down where it's a pretty physical game like it was tonight. So, you know, she continues to battle, and, you know, what I appreciate is, I mean, you can see her starting to add the things in that we're working on in practice where I think for the first time she actually took the shoulder break, going right, came back, on left. She missed the shot, but just those flashes of, you know, okay, I'm thinking about what I'm doing and not just reacting. And, it's the exciting thing about playing freshmen is you get to see a whole lot of growth, especially that first year.
And I'll just lay this out to the Iowa Alliance and anybody in Central Iowa. Once that left-handed hook over the right shoulder starts going consistently, she's going to score 18, 20 points a night. That thing is there all night long. Well, Coach, it was awesome to get a win here tonight. We'll get some bonus coverage for you tomorrow night against Ames. Hopefully we get that Iowa Alliance North win, but another full week for you. Thank you so much for your time, and that's been the Laurel Diesel Services post-game coaches interview, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. You will also absolutely love their daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social on South 6th Street in Marshalltown.
And we're back in. Bobcats up 10 over Hoover. Now it's our second half adjustment. This is what I said. Bobcats with both War and Gomo is you got to stay on the ground. Corey Smith got beat getting up in the air. You've got to stay on the ground defensively. Offensively, keep attacking the paint and get your threes out of that. When we come back, we will have the beginning of the second half. And we'll have a regional scoreboard update. See if we can sneak one of those in as well. You're watching Bobcat Basketball here on KFJB-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
Welcome back in to Bobcat up on the Huskies 34-24. See if the Bobcats can complete their 8th win, but now it's time for the regional scoreboard update brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. A couple big ones here is Baxter 45, BCLU 21, GMG 20, East Marshall 15 at the end of one, Ankeny 44, Johnston 28 at halftime, and Brooksea, I should have never questioned you, it is South Tama 45, Meskwaki 4 at halftime. Bobcat basketball left to right, and again this zone defense, a 1-2-2. It's going to be starters across the board, except for Phillips will be replacing Fanda for the Huskies. Gomo gets it. Bobcats with a quick turnover. As Gomo gets it over to War. War didn't really even play that second quarter there as he picked up 2 fouls early. Justice Parkey steps into a 3. No good. Big man rebound by Trey Brooks. As he gets it across the timeline, gets it into Corey Smith, weaves into the lane, little floater, flops up and in for 2. Corey's got 5. Friday night he had 22 and he hit everything. Now gets it into Bates. Bates on the floor, steps into a Gomo 3 and another one-handed rebound by Trey Brooks. Brooks looking to see if he can fly up. Now Corey Smith wide open. Seems like he lost the handle a little bit. He dribbles back outside, gets it to Brooks, kicks it over to Giannetto. Strong drive, left hand off the glass, no good. Gomo gets it, and here come the Huskies. Boy, Gomo had a really good second quarter. Not only had 7 points, but played some really good defense. Give and go came and went as Kyle Smith gets it. It's 1-on-4. He gets into the post, now kicks it out to Brooks, over to Giannetto. Great swing. Corey Smith, 3, no good. Rebound, War. That was tremendous job by the Bobcats of getting the basketball from one side of the court to the other. Bucket just didn't come. Ooh, Kyle almost read that and got the pick. Gets it to Gomo in the corner, short, no good, but rebound just goes right back to Bates. Back to Gomo, top of the key. Guarded by Giannetto. Now the switch. Bobcats have switched a ton on that. And a little hook pass to War, and his hands were way too slow getting on up, and it looks like Keon Parkey is getting brought up off the bench quickly, and Gomo is going to come out. Seems to be, again, we talk about how young this Hoover team is. Gomo's a sophomore and just wanting to talk it out. Hey, those are not the type of passes we're doing. Really, Burrell seems to have just the disposition to coach a young team. Doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. Bobcats, again, Kyle Smith trying to run without the basketball. You hear a lot about that in football. Just dropped it. Justice Parkey goes, stopped by Corey Smith. He picks up his dribble, now kicks it back out to War. War gets high post to Bates, now to Parkey. Now he gets it into Phillips, guarded by Hayes. Tries to dribble it off his foot. Here comes Corey Smith and the Bobcats. Bobcats up 12. Trey Brooks, oh my goodness, that's got to be on Phillips. It looks like Phillips slipped. We're just lucky Trey's okay, because Trey got upended. Here you see it. Corey Smith gets it up to Trey. It looks like, oh my goodness, no, Phillips, that's dangerous stuff, is when you try to go side and then flop. He upended Trey Brooks. Trey basically should get his mail forwarded to the free throw line here tonight. That is free throw number 9. If Trey can get to the line 6 to 8 times a game, this is going to be a really good Bobcats team. It's when Trey stays down in maybe 2-3 free throws, that means he's not attacking the glass enough, because he's going to get contact when he goes in. He's very strong, and that's going to be a timeout by the Bobcats. Trey's up to 16. You're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown, or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey Bobcat Nation, it's Jacob Hayes. You're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-TV.
You see there sophomore Jacob Hayes, second start in a row for Rogelio Sarin being out in a couple games. In spite of a couple second half turnovers, Bobcats are up 14, have extended that lead at halftime from 10 to 14. Justice Parkey gets over far side, now to Keon Parkey. In the corner to Bates. Bates gets it into Fanda. Fanda 2 dribbles up off the glass, no good. Rebound Hayes. Gets it to Brooks. Here come the Bobcats. Trey looking up, back cut. Carter Giannetto kicks it to the corner. Kyle Smith steps into a 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound Fanda. Here comes the Huskies. You could see Brooks just barking out for that back cut from Giannetto. Giannetto found Smith. Just could not get the 3 to go. War guarded by Brooks. Now Kyle Smith, top of the key to Bates. Bates handoff over to War. He seizes him up. And they're going to call a 3-second. Fanda was in there. All that, Fanda was trying to get position, but War was just kind of yo-yo dribbling at the top of the key, dribbling a lot to go nowhere. And just Fanda was just hanging out. Corey Smith drop step, spin, no good, leaves it short. War in transition, tries to go past Brooks. Brooks does a great job of cutting him off. Rebound Kyle Smith. Here come the Bobcats. Trey Brooks gets it. He's coming up the near side, going to be picked up by War. He dribbles back out to the volleyball line, gets it over to Hayes. Hayes looks inside as Brooks back cuts, nothing doing. Kicks out to Giannetto, 1 guarded by 1. Gets into the lane, and he's going to be fouled. Parkey had his hand on Giannetto the whole time. And they're going to call a hold on Parkey, and that's going to be his second foul of the night. Rebound's going to be underneath the hoop. Again, it'll be Trey Brooks. They're going to do 4 high and crisscross into, he rockets it out there. Corey Smith was wide open with his back to the basket, and now he kicks out Giannetto. Hayes lines up a 3, front, no good. Rebound Fanta. Corey Smith was wide open with no defender behind him and didn't realize it. Parkey gets it across. He's guarded by Giannetto. Hands off to War. Gets a pick from Fanda. Now dives into the corner to Justice Parkey. Swings into the lane. Dribble drive up off the glass. Short. Rebound by Fanda. It's going to be a call on Brooks. Brooks hacked across Fanda's arms. Fanda on the year is shooting 75% from the free throw line. This will be his first 2 of the night. Fanda on the year, averaging 2 points a game, 2 rebounds a game. First one is up and good. That shot looks pretty good. A little bit of a sidewinder, but a good shot. Yin's going to come in for Bates, so it'll be Yin, Bates, Parkey, War, and Fanda. Actually, Gomo's in there as well. Second one, the sidewinder's in for 2. It is now 38-26, the first 2 points of the quarter. Bobcats have not been efficient offensively here in the third quarter, but Hoover even less so. It's 4-2 in the third quarter with over 4 minutes gone. Brooks hands it off to Giannetto. Giannetto picked up by Justice Parkey, but he's able to get into the hole. A bucket and the bump. It's going to be on Justice Parkey on the push. Carter does a great job. Watch his hesitation. Gets him on his hip. Able to finish off the glass. And Parkey picks up the foul. Great job by Carter Giannetto. Got him up on his hip and just drove straight to the line as Giannetto gets his third point of the night. 41-26, 3:10 left to go. Bobcats man-to-man defense. Gets Parkey free throw line extended. A brick off to the left. And Kyle Smith comes away with yet another rebound. Brooks gets it up to Giannetto, corner Hayes. Hayes lines up a 3, short, no good. He's been just short on a couple of corner threes. That's a shot that the sophomore can definitely hit. One thing you will notice with the sophomores playing minutes on this team, they will not let a miss keep them from shooting again. Both are good shooters and both are high confident kids. Get Justice Parkey over to Yin. Yin gets a pick from Fanda. Fanda rolls but kicks it back out to Goma. Gomo down to Justice Parkey. Another pick from Fanda. They're trying to get that pick and roll, but nothing happening there. And that's an offensive foul. That is in no way a pick. That is an offensive foul, and now Trey Brooks is hurt. It's a pick from the side. That is definitely an offensive foul. No call. That'll, as Trey is hobbling, that is not something we want to see. Hopefully that's something where you tighten up that shoe and that's it. So either Kyle Smith or Carter Giannetto will play that point here. It looks like Carter will slide back into the position he played the first 4 games of the year. Lamar Johnson's in as well for the Bobcats. Both Smith brothers, Giannetto, Hayes, and Johnson line up another 3. That's his 6th. Oh my goodness! It's like a hiccup. It's just quick as can be. Bobcats are up 16. Yin gets it in the corner. War baseline. Lamar has to cut off that baseline. Oh my goodness! War has done this. As you see this, a wide open corner 3 bucket. But you see War, he's so good with the balance and the patience. And he got them all to fly out, just drop step for an easy wide open layup. Corey Smith gets it, guarded by War, gets it over to his brother. Kyle gets into the lane, dribble drive, nice little floater. He's got 20. This is what Kyle was not doing at basically first half into the second part of this year. He wasn't doing anything but shooting. But if he's able to take it off the bounce and do both, my goodness, sky's the limit for this kid as a scorer. Gets it over to Giannetto, 46-30, 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. Giannetto gets it free throw line, Corey Smith. Corey Smith fakes the handoff and then loses it out of bounds. Corey's just been slightly off here tonight. As Coach Brynjolfsson jumps off the bench to talk to Coach Apple after that miscue by the Bobcats. Bobcats in man, gets it to War. Fake handoff to Gomo. Now he backs down Lamar Johnson. Johnson just not tall enough. He bodied him up, but War was able to go over top of him. War had 7 in the first, had to sit due to foul trouble, has 6 in the third. He has 13 overall over his season average and leads all Huskies 46-32, 25 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Hayes off the dribble, gets it back to Smith. Gets a Giannetto pick by Corey Smith, great double. But he's going to line up a 3 by Kyle Smith. Rebound, Lamar Johnson fights for it and knocked off his leg and out. Great hustle play by the junior, but couldn't corral it. Bobcats up 14, will be Husky ball with 10.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Gomo gets it across the timeline. This game has a nice pace to it here tonight. As Gomo gets in the lane, now that's a forearm to the neck. He's going to miss it. Looked like an offensive foul, no call. Bobcats up 14 as we go into the fourth. You're watching Bobcat basketball here on KFJB-TV.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
What's up, Bobcat Nation? This is Ryan Schmidt, and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
See senior Ryan Schmidt there, and then Coach Apple coaching him up. Just because you're up 14 doesn't mean the coaching is done. Bobcats yo-yoed between 10 and 16. There I am with the on-site producer, Mr. Todd Steinkamp. Here, ladies and gentlemen, here's the good thing. I was promised dinner after this game on the trending media bill. I tell you, it pays to be a high school award-winning announced team. Todd treats us right here at KFJB-TV. But a big shout-out to Jesse DeMeyer, Keith Stewart on the cameras, and also Jeff Brooks, GQ Man of the Year, back at the KFJB studios. Huskies bring across, goes Justice Park. He gets it to War. Nice little spin cycle, no good. Kyle Smith with another rebound. Good to see number 3 back out there, Trey Brooks, who hobbled off at the end of the third quarter, but he's good to go. Gets it over to Giannetto, corner. Hayes thought about it, but gets it back to Giannetto. Giannetto behind the back dribble, great job. Drops it down. Oh, Trey, you got to have your hands up, and he pointed to Carter. He's like, I am sorry. Wide open 3 by Ward, no good. Ward does not shoot the 3 incredibly well, so Bobcats dodged a bullet there. Trey Brooks, sore ankle, sore face after that last pass by Carter, but able to dribble it into the front court. Hayes gets it up to Corey Smith, over to Carter. Carter gets it back to Trey, top of the key. One hesitation, takes it to the lane, up off the rim. Hayes able to get the offensive rebound. Nice job by the sophomore, and then he throws it into the backcourt as it's going to be an over the back. That is a bit of the experience when you have second start in the row from sophomore whose minutes have gone up and down this year, that sometimes a good play is followed by an uh-oh play, and that was the case there. War gets Brooks off the block, and he misses the bunny, and it's going to stay with the Huskies. War was so wide open, the gimme didn't go. Yin gets it into War on the block. He's trying to shoulder at some point. My goodness, just right in the chest. Yin gets it, far corner, looking inside to Phillips. But instead goes to War, top of the key, over to Gomo, now to Justice Parkey, who gets it into Phillips. Phillips Oh my goodness, he lost it on the way up, but it wasn't the prettiest hook shot, but it sure was effective. He's got 8. Trey brings it across, 46-34. Bobcats up 12. Gets it down. Oh my goodness, got lucky on that as Trey was got the pass behind him, but he was able to redirect it to Kyle Smith on the opposite block. No bucket, but the sophomore is fouled, and the foul will be on Demarion Yin. Kyle Smith on the year hasn't shot a lot of free throws. When he does, he's at 69%, makes the first. Sophomor's got 21 here tonight. And the second one up off the rim and glass and good. He's got 22. Gianetto guarding Gomo, now to Yin, top of the key. Almost moved those pivot foot, but didn't. Phillips goes right to the rack, but blocked by Hayes. Great job by Hayes, just timing that, and then Kyle Smith throws it away to Justice Parkey. An athletic, acrobatic layup is good. Parkey's got 5. There's been some lazy, ill-advised passes by the Bobcats. A lot of good on the court, but a handful of just not thinking it through. And tomorrow night as we go to Ames, you can have maybe one of those if you expect to win the game. Carter Gianetto goes right past Parkey for 2. He's got 5. Gianetto's done a nice job of being aggressive to the 10 here tonight. Work top of the key to Yin. Yin guarded by Kyle Smith. Yin goes to the corner, Justice Parkey. Parkey's barking out the signals, gets it to Gomo. Looks like they're trying to get that Phillips matchup down low, but Hayes has done a much better job here after giving up 6 early. And Ward dribbles it back out. Rhythm dribble between the legs. They're bringing that second defender. Great job by the Bobcats as Gianetto came over. Gomo, little runner, good. And it's going to be a timeout. We'll take it with them. 50-38, Bobcats up 12.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every previous generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family for generations. We want to be there for your first car. We want to be there for your family SUV, and we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
This is Jacob Thiessen. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Good to see JT on the screen. Still in a walking boot here tonight. I saw his family around. Good to see the senior out and about. Wish he was on the court, but he's out here rooting on his team. Good news, West Marshall girls. Bad news, West Marshall boys. They lose by 10 to Carlisle on your regional scoreboard update, brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. We'll have more score updates as this game progresses. And they're going to extend this defense. Looks to be a man-to-man press. They're going to go into a man-to-man press. Now Gomo backs off. Brooks gets it top of the key to Hayes. Hayes looks right back to Brooks. Now gets the pick. Over to Gianetto. Offense looks a little bit off. Now the offense becomes Trey Brooks. Take it to the lane and score. That offense has served us pretty well as Brooks takes it off the bounce for 2. He's got 18. Bobcats led by Kyle Smith, 22. And let's see if Corey Smith, he went to get his steps right to dunk, but instead he lays it up for 2. Corey wants that dunk so bad, you can see it. Kyle Smith has 22 for the Bobcats, 18 on Trey Brooks, and Jacob Hayes is called for the foul. That's Hayes' first foul. Hayes has not been in the scoring column, but has done a couple offensive rebounds, a block. Really has done a good job overall defensively on the much bigger Phillips. A pick by Trey Brooks, just picked his pocket. Gets to Corey Smith. Gets it to Hayes. Hayes goes straight down the lane. Gets bumped, no call. On that, maybe go to that left side of the rim next time for the sophomore. Gomo gets to 12 feet, rises up, knocks it down. Both Gomo and War have the really long arms, and when they get into the lane, they're able to rise up and release from almost that Kevin Durant, like really high release point that's very difficult to block. It's 54-40. Bobcats get into the post to Corey Smith. Quick little drop step and good. Corey's footwork in the post is the best on the team, and it's not all that close as the senior has 9. Now that ball was just hanging out there for a little bit, but now the Bobcats get it, pick it off. Corey Smith picks it off, gets it up to Trey. Layup no good, rebound Kyle Smith, and it's going to be a foul on the ground. Corey led him a little too much. Trey tried to one-hand it. Couldn't quite get it, but Kyle Smith has been a beast on the glass. He has 22 points. Here you see the rebound. You see him trying to get the lead out there and just a little too far, but Kyle Smith's there to get the offensive rebound. Bobcats have done a nice job on the offensive glass. Oh my goodness. Justice Parkey wasn't looking, either was Fanda, but Trey Brooks was, and so was Carter Giannetto, and that's how Trey has 20, and the Bobcats have 58. Gomo almost gets a pickpocket, but he turns around and good. This is the one thing I will say about this Hoover team. Catch them now. This is a young team with a couple of really good players. Catch this team now, because this could be a pretty doggone good Iowa Alliance South team next year. Almost everybody is coming back. Bates is a senior, but beyond that, they're playing a lot of juniors, sophomores, and even some freshmen. That one's blocked by Gomo. He's got those go-go erector arms, man. He's gotten a couple blockers tonight. Gomo crosses up, gets in the lane. Little bully ball and in. Gomo has 15. He has 8 in the fourth, 58-44. Handoff, Carter Giannetto. Giannetto looks at Apple on the bench, hands it off to Trey. Trey guarded by Justice Parkey. Pick, Hayes on Kyle. Kyle gets it, drops it off to Hayes, up and off the glass, no good, but he will shoot 2. He's going to be fouled by Fanda. Nice little two-man game by the sophomore tandem there. I promise you that's not the first time those two have run that play. Third foul, and that's actually going to be on Yin. And the first one is up and good for Hayes. Hayes on the year is shooting 50% from the free throw line. Hayes with his first point on the night. There we go. That's the one thing about Jacob. He's got a good shot. Much more, he's 2'6", 6'3", but he's more of a shooter, more of a wing than he is a post. Bobcat trying to see how they can slow down Gomo. Gets cross-court pass as Keon Parkey knocks it in. A great pass by Gomo. Bobcats up 13, 1:33 left to go. We'll take a timeout with them here on KFJB.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
This is Tate Ring. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
There's Tate. See Coach Apple in there. I want to give a shout out because my son wanted to be here, but he said, Dad, you got to make it up to me. You need to buy me a prime, a snack, and give me a call out during the game. Here's your call out, Googs. You got to go to bed in 2 minutes. Bobcats up 13. Bobcats will inbound the ball. It'll be a full court man press. Kyle Smith will inbound it to Trey Brooks, Carter Giannetto, Corey Smith, and Jacob Hayes, all the usual suspects as Corey Smith travels. It was a 3-on-1, and we got a turnover. War's coming in for Demarion Yin. So it's going to be War, Gomo, Keon Parkey, Phillips, and Justice Parkey. Gomo crosses up Gianetto, skips in the lane, and it's going to be a foul on Corey Smith. And that will be the first team foul on the Bobcats. Second team foul. They will not shoot free throws until the fifth team foul, but you don't want to stop the clock. That'll be Smith's third foul. Keon Parkey, another three, back iron, no good. Rebound, War up off the glass, no good. But a rebound, Justice Parkey. Parkey slips on the floor, and Trey Brooks is able to grab it. Trey, one-man fast break, gets it over to Corey Smith. Oh, my goodness. Corey almost throws it away and then puts Trey in a bad situation. There's a bodies crashing against the wall. That looks rough. War, I believe, or it might have been Gomo, caught the corner. That's War. He caught the corner of that scoreboard there. My goodness, he looks to be okay. Again, Bobcat fans, I know we don't get to see Hoover a whole lot, but this just check bound next year. I anticipate you'll see Hoover much closer to that 500 mark. A lot of young talent. Be pretty good. Trey guarded closely by Justice Parkey, able to get it across, gets it over to Hayes. Hayes, that's where Hayes did not look. He had Brooks wide open underneath the hoop. Hand off to Carter Gianetto, guarded by Keon Parkey. Gianetto looks in the post, gets Trey at free throw line. Guarded by War, back to Gianetto. War all up in Gianetto's business, but fouls him. That'll be fourth team foul, 31.6 seconds to go. That will be War's third foul. Bobcats will inbound it, side inbound. Next foul, it will be shots for the Bobcats. Trey's got it. Doesn't look like they're in a rush to foul. Looks like they're going to play straight up. Trey gets it to Corey. Corey gets it to Hayes, over to Gianetto. They're just playing hot potato, and I don't anticipate Bobcats shooting. Kyle Smith out to Trey. Trey top of the key, and now they're looking to foul. Phillips looked to foul with 13 seconds. I think he was just trying to be aggressive there. That'll do it. Bobcats win by 13, 60 to 47, and we'll be right back here on KFJB.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
What up, Bobcat Nation? This is Jose Vargas, and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
There's voiceover Vargas right there as the Bobcats go past the cheerleaders, celebrating that 60-47 win. When we come back, we will have the locker room report, and we're going to talk to Coach Apple as well in the Laurel Diesel Services post-game interview.
Some drivers trade cars every year or every other year. Some drive their cars till they drop. Whatever kind of driver you are, Lennox Employees Credit Union is here to get you into the car for your style of driving. You're invited to go to our website, lennoxecu.com, for membership eligibility and loan rates, or call the office to talk to a loan officer. The loan process is quick and easy. Low auto loan rates from Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA.
Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse. Ribeyes and sirloins, aged, hand-cut, and served with your choice of two of Legends' legendary sides and a dinner roll. If you are a prime rib fan, Legends has prime rib every Friday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m. With 3 sides to choose from, it's chef-seasoned and slow-cooked to tender, juicy perfection. Try Legends prime rib, and you'll know why it's Marshalltown's favorite. Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Report. Your Marshalltown Bobcats go to 8-10. Hoover falls to and 14. That young Hoover Huskies team is definitely trending up. Don't allow the 2-14 record to fool you. A couple really good, really nice players, and they're all young. They have sophomores, freshmen in that starting lineup. So as we look at all the things going up here today, is in this Bobcat lineup, a couple great games out of the backcourt. When you look at the Bobcat stats, actually let's start with the Huskies. We'll go with the home team here. Is number one, Keon Parkey had 4 points. Justice Parkey had 5 points. Boy Gomo, he was a problem in that fourth quarter. He had 8 of his 15 in the fourth quarter. He was really good. Long arm, 6'1" sophomore. War, the other sophomore, 6'4", 13 points. He had foul trouble in that first quarter. He had 7 in the first quarter, 6 in the third. Bobcats were able to shut him down a little bit there in the fourth quarter. He ended up with 13. And then freshman Isaac Fanda had 2. And really the man in the middle, that Trayshawn Phillips, the junior, had 8. He had 6 of those in the first half. When we flip it over to the Bobcats, Carter Giannetto had 5 points, all in the second half. Trayshawn Brooks was aggressive throughout, got to the line 10 times en route to 20 points. Kyle Smith hit 6 threes. He ended up with 22 points. Corey Smith, a little bit off tonight, couple turnovers, but still ended with 9 points. And then Jacob Hayes had 2, and Lamar Johnson had 2 off the bench. All put together, that makes for 60-47 Bobcats. When we come back, we're going to look at some scores from around the region as we anticipate getting to talk to Coach Apple. Bobcats 60, Huskies 47. We'll be back on the locker room report here on KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com. Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown, more than ever. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Welcome back in to the locker room report. This game was sponsored by the Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce, as is my shirt and paycheck. Thank you to them. Thank you to all Brooksy. Thank you so much back in the KFJB studios. You're feeding me all these scores, and because you've given me so much, why don't I give back to those watching here tonight with the regional scoreboard update brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, West Des Moines, and State Center. Speaking of State Center, West Marshall girls win. West Marshall boys fall in a tight one. There's a couple really tight games. East Marshall is up 59-51. Girls won earlier in the game at the end of the third. Newton leads Webster City 46-44 late. Gladbrook Rhinebeck 57, Union 55, 1.5 seconds to go. That game has a timeout, so that's going down to the wire. Ankeny is able to take care of Johnson 71-59. Baxter beats BCLUW 80-34. And then you look at Grandview Christian 17, Des Moines North 12. And that Gladbrook game is a final, 57-55. When we come back in the locker room report, we'll have the head man himself, Coach Michael Apple. You're watching Locker Room Report here on KFJB.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social.
KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Report. Here we are with the Laurel Diesel Services post-game coaches interview, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics. We're here with the head coach, Michael Apple, the 8-10 Bobcats, winners of 2 in a row. Just big snapshot. What did you think of tonight?
You know, I thought we got off to a good start overall. You know, we were able to score at that first quarter. I think we had 20 points, so that kind of helped us get in a good rhythm offensively. We got some easy baskets, executed our offense very well, and our guys were able to put the ball in the hole, which helped propel us to this win tonight.
And one of the things you notice with this offense, especially when it's rolling efficiently, I'm looking at, you see Kyle Smith, you know if he's not number one, he's 1B on the scouting report. And I am shocked every game how many wide open shots he gets, if it be in transition or those pin down picks. What are you looking at from the offensive side? How are you able to just mark that up to get so many wide open shots for him?
Well, what we do offensively a lot of times is make the defense decide if they're going to help. Then Kyle's usually got an open look, and we run some stuff to get him some open shots off of screens and so forth. But overall, our guys have a great understanding of finding him when he's open. You know, all that stuff doesn't matter if you don't have the ability to find him. And our guys are very unselfish in that way, and they find him. And you know, tonight he 14. You know, missed a lot of open ones where you felt like he could have maybe made 10 of them.
Yep.
You know, just based on how open he was, but. You know, he took some good shots. Some were a little early. We've talked to him about that. It's just about the pace of the game. But overall, good effort by him. And, you know, he did a lot of other good things tonight. Defensively, he was great. And, he grabbed a lot of rebounds for us.
And one of the things, and we don't always get it on the video shot when we go in a little bit closer, but when you see, and this happens with a lot of your players, but Kyle Smith also isn't just shooting threes. When you see the baseline picks, the cross lane picks that have resulted in a lot of post ups, you see that across the board, and that's when you know that offense. You get the threes, but also the willingness everyone is to pick for someone else to be successful. What does that say about the teamwork on this team?
Well, we've got much better executing our offense. It's just our timing's gotten so much better, and hitting that guy when he's open. You know, majority of the time we're doing a much better job of that and just getting easy baskets from that. And then, Trey understanding when he needs to be aggressive and getting to the rim. So the combination of those two things has helped our offense greatly.
And one thing Brandon and I have talked about is Trey getting to the line 2 to 4 times a game is that just tells me he's not being aggressive enough. I think he was at the line 10 times tonight, and that number just continues to grow to show just he is locked in on that aggressive nature. I saw he seemed fine in the fourth quarter, but he was walking a little gingerly, but he's all right.
He's okay, yeah. He was ready to go back in, so I think he just rolled it there, and he had to get back on it and move around a little bit. So, Trey getting to the line 10 times, he makes 8 of those. We were 14 for 17 from the line. That's huge tonight. So, getting the line is big. That might be the most times we've gotten to the free throw line all season. So that's great. That's great to see.
Yeah, you're 14 of 17 from the line every night at this level is a really good number. And we talked a little bit, there was points where it seemed the focus was a little bit off, but I also don't want to detract. We talked about in the pregame interview, this is a young Huskies team that it continues to grow. Between Gomo and War, there's a lot to like on that side. Their length, how did they create problems for the Bobcats tonight?
Well, they have the ability to score an ISO action, over the top of us, and they got to their spots. And War's hard to handle with just his length and his ability to score it. And those two guys kind of kept them in the game tonight. And give them credit, they had a good game.
And then in the post, Phillips came off the bench. Trayshawn Phillips, he had a really good 6 points almost immediately, but then it seemed that Jacob played much better defense. Seemed like instead of playing behind, he at least played to the side, if not kind of fronting him a little bit. When you brought in Lamar as well, the post defense and the growth you see from both Jacob and Lamar in just within a game, can you speak to that?
Yeah, it comes with experience, obviously, working on it. And, they're asked to guard a lot of different positions, and they're not necessarily the tallest guys, so they have to just learn how to front, be in the right spots, and then our backside help got there too, so they couldn't throw that pass over the top. So it was great to see us respond to that second half. We did a much better job.
And I believe Saren's back again tomorrow night, and go to Ames. Not easy. We would be lying if we didn't say Ames wasn't the class of the Iowa Alliance. You go on the road. What is the mindset now that this win is secured for the team as you drive home to Marshalltown as you get ready for tomorrow?
Yeah, I just said we need to be focused and ready to play from the tip. I kind of remind them, if you get rid of that first quarter and how we started, it's a very close game. So everyone in this locker room should believe we can win, but it comes with a mindset of really believing that and being locked in and playing hard. From a back-to-back, we can't make excuses and say we played the night before. If we really want to win this, we got to play extremely hard and be ready for Ames.
Yeah, because you know what they're going to do. They were very aggressive on all the picks. They switched everything, but beyond just like the technical side, Vance Downs they play more physical than any other team we face, and it's almost teams wilt, and I think that's what you were pointing to in that first quarter. You get punched in the mouth, you got to expect it. But I anticipate the Bobcats will be able to take a punch tomorrow and deliver a couple themselves.
Absolutely, you said it. We were a little tentative the first time we played them. I feel like we had opportunities to drive it and make things happen, and we kind of just moved the ball around a little bit and tried to rely on getting open looks. And when they're switching like that and taking that away, you got to be really aggressive to the rim. So there's a lot of things we took from that first game to prepare us for this game tomorrow night.
And talking about Saren being back, of course you don't want anyone to have to miss games, but it did allow, once Lamar got healthy and Jacob in the starting lineup, you got some really important minutes from a couple of people that have been used for various amount of times. How important is that getting ready to Ames, that you have another body or two that feel a little bit more comfortable playing?
That's huge. It gets tough when guys are lagging the amount of minutes they do sometimes. So having guys that you have the ability to sub in and play and understand what their role is and play it at a good the right, play it hard and do what they're asked, that's great. And these past two games, Jacob's done that greatly. I thought Jacob was great. He stepped up big time, and Lamar as well with the minutes he had. So that was awesome to see.
Well, good luck tomorrow night, Coach. We'll be there calling the game, hoping the Bobcats are able to take away a win from their Highway 30 rival as Marshalltown takes on Ames tomorrow night. That has been your post-game interview brought to you by Laurel Diesel Services, your qualified locally owned diesel mechanics.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
It's Adventure On for Marshalltown Scouting. Adventures like backpacking, ziplining, rock climbing, canoeing, swimming, and more. Survival skills for a Scout's greatest adventure, life. Scouts give back to the community. Marshalltown Scouts have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community in our 70-plus year history. Scout leaders are highly trained in Screen. Parents are a huge part of Scouting, too. Scouting provides unique opportunities available nowhere else. To learn more about Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure On.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back in. Bobcats 8-10 win 60-47 over their 2-14 Hoover Huskies. Bobcats move to 6-5 in the conference. Huskies fall to 2-7. Tomorrow night, over in Ames, we take on the Little Cyclones at Harrison Barnes Court. Coverage will begin at 7:15. Hopefully we can grab a little bit of bonus coverage of the girls' game, and then we will bring you tip and hopefully another Bobcats win. Last time we called a Bobcats win over Ames was when the number 5 Ames Cyclones came into Marshalltown in Tamin Lipsey's junior year and shut down the Little Cyclones. Time for the Bobcats to do it again. When we come back, we will bid you a fond adieu from Des Moines, say thank you to all the people that make this possible, but just hold on a couple more minutes, and we will be in the locker room report here on KFJB.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Hi, this is Lamar, and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Welcome back into the home of the Huskies as we say goodbye from Des Moines. Marshalltown wins 60-47. I want to thank our producer, Todd Steinkamp, along with our radio producer back in the studios, Jeff Brooks. A big shout out to Keith Stewart and Jesse DeMeyer, bringing you all the live videography. And I'm Dylan Doze. Have a great one, and we'll see you in 24 hours.
Today's game on KFJB-TV was brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Laurel Diesel Services, Calvin Rocket, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, Central State Bank.